तुम्ही कितें कितें करपाक जाय, कशें करप. So please put your hands together. This is a wonderful thing. सगळ्यांक उर्जाची गरज असता, एनर्जीची गरज असता, पण आमकां ती कमी पडटा. आणि कमी पडटा तर बरे तरेन उजार कशी करची, हे एनर्जी क्लब्स करतली, आमची भुरगीं स्वताय करतली आणि मागीर दुसऱ्यांनी समजयतली. आणि मागीर त्या एनर्जी क्लब्सांतल्यान एनर्जी एफिशियंट गांवां सुद्दां चडांत चड गोंयांत जावची. गोंय एक ल्हान राज्य असल्यारी देशान खुबश्यो गजाली फुडें सरता आणि तातूंत ही एक गजाल नक्की आमच्या हातींतल्यान घडूं शकता की हाऊ कॅन वी कॅन बिकम अ एनर्जी एफिशियंट स्टेट ऑल्सो. आता वेगवेगळे कॉम्पिटिशन जाल्ले, तांचे प्रायजीस आमी आतां दितले. तर प्रायजीस सगळ्यात पयली 7 तारखेक एसे रायटिंग कॉम्पिटिशन हायर सेकंडरी स्कूल्सां खातीर जाल्ले आणि विशय आशिल्लो रोल ऑफ स्टुडंट मेकिंग एन एफर्ट टू रिड्यूस एनर्जी कन्झम्पशन. हांव नांवां घेतलो. हांव मागता आमच्या मुखेल सोयऱ्या लागीं की ताणें प्रायजीस दिवचे, भुरग्यांनी मुखार येवन घेवचे. सगळ्यात पयली कन्सोलेशन प्रायजीस वाचता मुरगांव एज्युकेशन सोसायटीचे जानवी शिनोलकार यो. आणि ताळ्यांच्या हातूनच ताणें वयर सरपाक जाय. ताळ्यो चालू उरली अशें फुडल्यान. एस समिती हायर सेकंडरी स्कूलचे युक्ता देसाय ना जाल्यार श्री भूमिका हायर सेकंडरी स्कूलचे विश्वास नानू बिले. आणि एक कन्सोलेशन प्राइज फावो जाला पुरुषोत्तम वालावलकर हायर सेकंडरी स्कूलाचे साई दीपक किंजावडेकर ना हो विश्वास साई आता येतले. आणि एक कॉन्सोलेशन प्राइज फावो जाला श्री भूमिका हायर सेकंडरी स्कूलचे सिंधिया संदीप गावडे. अशें येवं मागीर अशें हय. आतां म्हाका सेक्रेटरी पावर एक कॉम्पिटिशन सायन्स सेंटरा वांगडा केल्ले. 3rd प्राइज अन्विता गडेकार पुरुषोत्तम वालावलकर हायर सेकंडरी स्कूलाचे. हांव मागता सेक्रेटरी पावर. आय रिक्वेस्ट यू सर टू प्लीज गिव द प्राइज. सेकंड प्राइज शांभवी अमोल देशपांडे सेंट झेवियर हायर सेकंडरी स्कूल. By appreciation, we make excellence in others our own property. पण चालू उरपाक जाय. फर्स्ट प्राइज एकता शशिकांत पेडणेकर PVS कुशे हायर सेकंडरी स्कूल. बारा तारखेक पोस्टर डिझायनिंग कॉम्पिटिशन हायस्कुलाच्या भुरग्यां खातीर जाल्ली. आता मागता आमचे सायन्स सेंटराचे डायरेक्टर ताणे कन्सोलेशन प्राइजीस या कॉम्पिटिशनाचे पोस्टर कॉम्पिटिशनाचे दत्ताराज गांवकार गव्हर्नमेंट हायस्कूल दयानंद नगर. आणि एक कन्सोलेशन सिमरन साईप्रसाद नाईक आ लेडी ऑफ ग्रेस हायस्कूल. सनया चोडणकर पीपल्स हायस्कुलाचे. पल्लवी बसवराज दुर्ग बेथनी कॉन्व्हेंट हायस्कुलाचे. खुशी रेडकर आ लेडी ऑफ ग्रेस हायस्कूल. प्राइजीस लागी मागता की चीफ इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनियर श्री स्टीफन फर्नांडिसान दिवचे. तिसरे इनाम फावो जाला श्रेया सुभाष पाटील पेडणेच्या विस्काउंट हायस्कुलाचे. सेकंड प्राइज काश्मी कमलेश सोमजी आ लेडी ऑफ ग्रेस हायस्कुलाचे. आणि पहिलो प्राइज श्री वितेंद्र गोवेकर श्री शांतादुर्गा हायस्कूल. फर्स्ट प्राइज मिनिस्टर लागे मागता की ताने दिवचे. तिसरी सर्त जाल्ली पेंटिंगाची हायस्कूल भुरग्यां खातीर 12 तारखेकूच जाल्ली. ताचे कन्सोलेशन प्राइज वेरियन वालादरेस बेथनी कॉन्व्हेंट हायस्कुलाचे. हांव मागता की सुप्रिटेंडंट इंजिनियर मयूर हेदेन कन्सोलेशन प्राइज दिवचे. दिशा अंगादी होली स्पिरिट इंस्टिट्यूट. निर्मयी केरकर महिला नूतन इंग्लिश हायस्कूल. त्याच स्कूलाची महिला नूतन इंग्लिश हायस्कूलाची आर्या गोवेकर. ग्रीष्मा दोईजोडे आ लेडी ऑफ ग्रेस हायस्कूलाची. आर्या गोवेकर. ग्रीष्मा दोईजोडे. तीसरे प्राइज उपदेशकारी जे सामोनकर विद्या मंदिर. दूसरे इनाम ईशान देसाई पीपल्स हाईस्कूल. आसमी साळकार आ लेडी ऑफ ग्रेस हायस्कूल. पहिले इनाम. थँक्यू. इनामा झाली. आता मागता आमचे मुखेल सोयरे.
Media and everybody present over here. Today it gives me pride and honor because today is our day. It's Energy Conservation Day. Celebrate. It's a big day for my department. Raju Samad, my colleague, has already given you a lot of information. I would say a few things. This Act, Energy Conservation Act 2001, came into existence in 2000. Energy deficit. Population was growing, GDP was increasing, per capita consumption of individual was increasing. And that time everybody felt the need of conserving energy. And therefore this act came in 2001. In school, colleges, we've been told by our teachers, if you don't try to save energy, because coal, oil will get depleted or is a scarce resource, maybe in the next 40 to 50 years, we will not have enough resource for our future generation. And that time, we were not serious because it was just like a books, just to pass exam, we used to by heart. But today, we feel the need. Though today our country is energy surplus and we are exporting energy to neighboring countries, but again, time will come where energy, we will have a deficit. Therefore, since children are there, I would request, energy conservation is very important if we have to keep something for our future generation. All parents try to save money, property, because they feel these are the things which will going to help their children. And education, definitely. But I would say energy is such a thing which we should try to save and keep it for our future generation. Today, GDP is growing, population is increasing, we don't have control over it. But definitely, how much energy to use is definitely in our control. So there are two aspects. Energy conservation, in simple words I would say, put on the lights which are only required. Take the natural light, and there are so many things. This is energy conservation. The second thing what is important is energy efficiency. Taking the same service, using the product which is required for our needs, but which uses less energy, is energy efficiency. And today, we don't find the usefulness of this because it has a cost, but in long run, it tries to give you good payback, and also it will help a future generation to survive. So let us use energy conservation as well as energy efficiency. And Bureau of Energy Efficiency, which is a nodal agency which is formed under the provisions of Energy Conservation Act, which operates under the Ministry of Power, is helping with awareness, with helping with lot of regulations, circulars, those things which we need to try to bring it and get this awareness to the public. And it is the job of electricity department, our engineers, each and every person, but we as electricity department should put efforts, take maximum efforts so that everybody is aware why we need to do energy conservation, why we need to go for energy efficient appliances at our home. The first renewables, if we have to talk, is energy conservation. Energy conservation is the, I would say, a green energy in one way, or it is the renewables. So let us all help, unite, and give importance and focus on how to reduce our energy consumption, how to use the best appliances which are taking less units for giving the same purpose what is needed. And it is said, every unit what is saved is equal to 2 units what is generated. Because all power plants which are operated, they don't operate with 100% efficiency. They have a PLF of plant load factor of 60 to 80%. Then there is auxiliary consumption, specific energy consumption, which is required to generate 1 unit of electricity. There is a certain percentage lost in there. Then the transmission and distribution loss. Till it comes to the end users, there is a loss of almost 40%, 40 to 50%. Therefore, we say each energy, saving our climate, our environment, which you all are aware, but we don't practice it. Once again, let us do energy conservation and use energy efficient appliances.
I now request the Secretary Power, Shri Ajit Roy, to address the gathering. Please put your hands together to welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Shri Ramakrishna Sudin Dhavalikar, Chief Engineer Stephen Fernandez, Nodal Officer SDA Sri Rajiv Samanji, Director Goa Science Center, and Mayur Hedeji, and ladies and gentlemen and kids. It's really important for all of us to gather some time and talk about energy. Since morning you have heard from 2-3 people how energy is important. I would like to talk to children who are here primarily because we rarely get to meet children. I mean, apart from our own home, we never go and meet children, but you are the future. So I'll talk to children. When it comes to energy conservation, two things become important. Chief Engineer Stephen Fernandez was explaining conservation and efficiency go hand in hand. So for you, let me give you 2-3 points to think upon, and further you can dwell upon these points in your groups and come up with new ideas. We here in Goa, we are promoting energy clubs in schools. I hope in all your schools you will have energy club. Today only this handbook has been launched, so I would advise all of you to go through it. It explains you how we can conserve more and more energy, better ways to utilize energy. So there are two things, as I said, I'll talk about. First is behavioral aspect. Most of the conservation takes place based on changes in our behavior. Power is there, but how to utilize it effectively becomes very important. And why it becomes important? Because there is too much demand on power. You as kids will understand, for example, when you are eating lunch and lunch is served in one, there is a platter and there are 10 kids. So you have one platter and there are 10 kids to share. It will be difficult for all these 10 kids to get fully satisfied with one platter. So today, energy has similar situation. Today and in the last 50-60 years, it has been similar situation. There is too much demand, supply is limited. So it's important that whatever energy is being generated is used effectively. So as Chief Engineer was explaining, if you save 1 unit of power, you are actually saving 2 units of power, because generating power itself consumes a lot of energy and bringing it to your home consumes further energy. So try to save as much energy as you can, and this can be done with small behavioral changes. For example, light is switched on in our toilets 24/7 and we use our toilet at max for 5-10 minutes. So there is no need to keep your light switched on. When we are leaving home, switch off all the lights, fans. Similarly, in your classrooms, if in corridor no one is walking, there should not be any light. Okay, these are small behavioral changes that we can bring in our everyday life, which will save a lot of power. You discuss these things in your energy club and come up with more ideas, better ideas. Discuss with your teachers, with your parents, with your friends. Okay, and from today itself, you will start contributing towards conservation of power, conservation of energy, which is the whole objective of celebrating a National Energy Conservation Day. The second point which I wanted to discuss is about studies. As I said, efficiency and conservation go hand in hand. So conservation can be done primarily through behavioral changes, but efficiency can be improved with some technological innovation. Like, for example, the building design. If we are sitting in this kind of room which is covered from all sides with concrete, natural sunlight is not coming to this room. So we need too many tube lights to illuminate the room to sit and talk. Now, if you bring some changes in building design, if you have some windows, some sides of this house which is open and which brings direct sunlight, so during those hours when sun is shining, you will conserve some power. This is one change in building design which will help us a lot. Similarly, when it comes to generation of power, which source is being used for generation of power, that brings a lot of changes in environment. If we are using fossil fuel, that is damaging for the environment on several counts. So you as students can think of how to generate power in a better way, in a cleaner way. Today, solar power is being generated, but those who are in high schools or in higher secondary schools, probably they will understand that the efficiency of that power generation is low. So using little different material or little modified material, how much more power can be generated and stored? This is a challenge which present day world is facing. When we are moving towards greener sources of energy, solar energy has potential, but our capacity to tap that solar energy is very much limited today. So you as young minds can think over it and make it better. So there are many other innovations you can think about. How to tap wind more effectively. How to tap tidal water more effectively. And how can we tap power from other sources which are not known to the mankind yet. So be little more attentive. We learn from the environment only. So some of you tomorrow can be a great scientist. The whole world will know about you. If you think about power more and more, how to generate more power, how to conserve more power, how to use power more effectively, it will help society a lot. I wanted to talk about only these two things. I know you will get bored. Many of us have already spoken and our chief guest is yet to speak, so I'll not bore you any further. So just keep two things in mind. Some behavioral changes will help us save a lot of water, and if you study little more with little more concentration, and I would say with objective oriented study, if you have, you can bring more power to the world. In way power is generated, in way power is transmitted, and in the way power is used. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was nowhere close to boring. You made very interesting points. I'm sure the students will learn. And they will perhaps even remember something in Goa's traditional houses, which had Mangalore tiles, used to have some glass in between, which allowed for light to come in, and it also created a character within that room. Especially, in the kitchen with the smoke and all that, it really looked beautiful, the sunlight coming in. And I hope some of them will go on to design such buildings also. So thank you so much, sir. आता हांव मागता आमचे मुखेल सोयरे माननीय मंत्री श्री रामकृष्ण ढवळीकर हाणें तांचे उलोवप करचें.
नमस्कार. नॅशनल एनर्जी कन्जर्वेशन डे फंक्शन आज आमी हांगा मनयता. तो 7 दिसांचो वीक आमी मनयलो आनी जे प्रोग्राम्स ह्या विकाक केले ताजे प्रायज डिस्ट्रिब्युशन अवॉर्ड्स दिवपा खातीर आमी सगळे जमले. म्हणजे बरोबर हांगा आमचे पावर डिपार्टमेंटाचे सेक्रेटरी तशेंच एनआरई डिपार्टमेंटाचे सेक्रेटरी अभिजीत रॉय ह्या व्यासपीठार आसा. त्याच प्रमाणे चीफ इंजिनियर बाब स्टीफन, सायन्स एंड टेक्नॉलॉजीचे श्री चौधरी, सुप्रिटेंडिंग इंजिनियर बाब सामंत, परत सुप्रिटेंडिंग इंजिनियर हेदे, मुखार बशिल्ले सगळे सरकारी अधिकारी, प्रिंसिपल, टिचर्स, आणि जाणी ह्या हातूंत तांचो सन्मान केलो ती सगळीं भुरगीं, पेरंट्स आनी सगळे हांगा हजर आशिल्लीं इतर भुरगीं. खूब आनंद जालो. म्हाका दिसता एनर्जी कन्जर्वेशन हो जो भाग आसा हो तसो सोंपो ना. म्हणजे मनाक तुमी लक्षांत हाडपाक जाय की ही एनर्जी आपल्याक कित्याक मेळटा आनी कशी मेळटा. आनी ती एनर्जी मेळ्ळ्या नंतर ती वापरप कशी हे इम्पॉर्टन्स आसा. म्हाका याद जाता आमी जेन्ना ल्हान आसताले तेन्ना अशी लायटी बी आमकां नाशिल्ल्यो. आमी शिकताले तेन्ना पयली, दुसरी, तिसरी, चवथी, पांचवी आमी कंदिलाचेर शिकल्या. लेट अस बी व्हेरी फ्रँक. कारण आमची लायटूच गोंया 1961 नंतर आयल्या. आनी जे कोण पळय पयली, दुसरी, तिसरी, चवथी, पांचवी पर्यंत ते गांवांतले जे भुरगे आसा तांकां लायट नाशिल्ली. ती 1965तल्यान सबंद गांवांनी लायट येवपाक लागली. हे पयलीं आजच्या भुरग्यांक लक्षांत दवरपाक जाय. आनी त्या वेळार आमी कशे परिस्थितींत आयले आनी तुमी आतां कशे परिस्थितींत आसा हेंय इम्पॉर्टंट आसा. त्या वेळार उदक नाशिल्लें. टेप वॉटर म्हणटा ते फक्त 8 MLD वॉटर इन 1952 वॉज बिल्ड बाय पोर्चुगीज एट ओपा. बाकी कडेन उदक म्हणटा ते सगळें बांयचें. आज बांयचें उदक आमी पिवूंक शकना, अशी परिस्थिती आज गोंयांत आसा. ही परिस्थिती कोणी निर्माण केल्या? आमीच केल्या. हेय भुरग्यांनी लक्षात दवरता. आतां ह्या परिस्थितीचेर मात करपा खातीर आमी कितें करपाक जाय हाचेर विचार विनिमय करपा खातीरूच ह्या अश्यो गोश्टी. कारण पावर आयली, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रत्येक गांवांत वाड्यार पावली. 100% इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आमची गोंयांत आसा, प्रत्येक घराघरांत पावली. ज्या कडेन ना ते आमी सोलर दिल्या. आनी आतां ही कन्जर्व कशी करप, प्रॅक्टिकली जी वेस्ट एनर्जी जाता ती कशी करप हें इम्पॉर्टंट आसा. जशें आतां सांगलें की पयलीं नळ्यांतल्यान ग्लास दवरून उदक हे हाडटाले. आतां दोतोर तुमकां सांगता गो एंड सीट इन द सनलायट. अशी परिस्थिती आसा बिकॉज ऑफ विटामीन डी. मनशाचें विटामीन डी कमी जाल्या नंतर कितें जाता म्हजे पेक्षा दोतोराक विचारले नंतर कळटलें. आनी ते जर विटामीन म्हणजे बॉडीक सुद्दां कन्जर्व करपा खातीर एनर्जी जाय. आनी त्या खातीरूच खुबशे लोक ज्यांचे विटामीन डी कमी आसता ते सकाळचे सादारण कितें म्हणटा ते 8 ते 8:30 9 पर्यंत 1 तास वतात वता. ह्यो गोश्टी आमी जाणून घेवपाक जाय. आनी त्या खातीरूच आजचो दीस हो व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. संबंद भारतांत आज हो दीस मनयता. आय एम प्राऊड टुडे. म्हाका एक्चुअली फंक्शन दिल्ली आयिल्लें. कालूच म्हाका पत्रिका पावली आनी तांणी फोनूय केलो. पूण म्हटलें ऐन त्या वेळार जायना. आज आमच्यो ज्यो राष्ट्रपती आसा, हर एक्सलन्सी प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया मुर्मू ताई, ह्यो संबंद भारतांत संबोधीत करता. आज तांचे विज्ञान भवनांत हें आसा एलॉंग वीथ आवर ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर आर.के. सिंग आनी NRE मिनिस्टर आनी सेक्रेटरी पावर अशा हांचें फंक्शन आतां चालू आसा. 11 चालू जालां. आनी त्या खातीरूच एक गोश्ट हांगा जी गोंयांत सुरू जाल्या ती मुखार व्हरपाची आवश्यकता आसा आनी तें आमी करतले. लेट अस कम टू नाव बूक. आज तुमकां एनर्जी क्लब मॅन्युअल तुमच्या हातांत पावतलें. माय इंटेंशन is to go to the every taluka by our department. Our executive engineers will go to each and every taluka, will call awareness, will call headmaster, 2 teachers, those who are interested, along with minimum 5 students. And they will also explain each and everything what is there in the manual and how to implement it. हे आमी ठरयलें. आनी आमी येता त्या जानेवारी म्हयन्यांत जे नवें वर्स आसा 2023 हातूंत आमी सुरवात करता. प्रत्येक इश्कोलांत ही पुस्तकां तुमकां डिस्ट्रिब्यूट जातली. कन्सिडरींग पोंडा तालुका देर आर ऑल टुगेदर 120 स्कूल आनी बाकीचे हायर सेकंडरी किंवा कॉलेजीस आसा. वील कॉल देम एट वन प्लेस. आनी तशेंच पेडणे तालुका, तशेंच बार्देश तालुका, तशेंच बार्देश तालुका वी हॅव टू 2 कडेन करचें पडटलें. वी हॅव डिसायडेड टू डू दीस. पूण ह्या खातीर भुरग्यांनी सुद्दां हें इम्प्लिमेंट करता आसतना कशें करप. कारण खूब जाणां अशें खबर आसता की 10 पॉयंट आसता, एकूच बोर्ड आसता आनी खंयचो स्विच खंय हें लक्षांत उरना. आनी त्या खातीर तें कशें लक्षांत दवरचें तें सुद्दां हातूंत बरयल्लें आसा. आनी त्या खातीर तें इम्प्लिमेंट कर. हें जर तुमी केलें आसत जाल्यार देर वील बी अ सेविंग ऑफ एनर्जी. फॉर एक्झाम्पल जशें आमच्या स्टिफनान सांगलें, अजीत रायान सांगलें की जाय तितलीच लायट वापरप, जाय तितलेंच उदक वापरप. आनी तुमकां आनी एक गजाल सांगता. कंपेर्ड टू अदर स्टेट, गोवा इज द ओनली स्टेट वेर वी गिव ₹1.50 पर युनिट. बाकीचे कितले 2.5 3 आनी इंडस्ट्री आसा ते जवळ जवळ 11-12. आमचो इंडस्ट्री रेट इज 6.2. आमी तेंय लक्षात दवरपाक जाय. हें सगळें तुमकां कित्याक मेळटा? बिकॉज ऑफ सेविंग ऑफ एनर्जी. जशें म्हटलें 1 युनिट म्हणजे इक्वल टू 2 युनिट्स तुमी सेव केले सारकें. हें आमी लक्षात दवरपाक जाय आनी तशा पद्दतीन आमी मुखार या. येणाऱ्या काळांत देर आर लॉट ऑफ अचिवमेंट्स इज टू बी डन बाय पॉवर डिपार्टमेंट एंड 100% वी वील डू इट. कारण आमकां बरी पावर लोकांक दिवपाची आवश्यकता आसा. त्या शिवाय इंडस्ट्री येवचें ना. आणि तो प्रयत्न आमचो आसा. म्हाका दिसता आजचो दिसाक जांकां हांगा आज प्रायज डिस्ट्रिब्युशन जालां तांचें हांव मना पासून अभिनंदन करता. तांकां उर्जा येवपा खातीर परत नवे प्रोग्राम करून तांचे मदीं अवेरनेस करपा खातीर म्हाका दिसता नाटकुले सुद्दां इज वन ऑफ द हे पार्ट. एक जर बरे नाटकुले करप आनी प्रत्येक स्कुलांत किंवा प्रत्येक तालुक्यांत जर अशे प्रोग्राम आसतना केले आसत जाल्यार ताजो प्रखर हे भुरग्याच्या मनार जाता. कारण त्या नाटकुलेंतल्यान भुरग्यांक सगळे लक्षांत येता आनी त्या खातीर तो प्रयत्नूय आमचो डिपार्टमेंट करतलो. आमी केल्ले तशें पयलीं एक आमी नाटकुले बसयले ते कित्याक बसयले आमी उज्वल भारताचेर. आणि तशें नाटकुले जर बसयले आनी प्रत्येक शाळेंतल्या भुरग्याक तातूंत इनवॉल्व करप जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता तो एक बरो प्रोग्राम भुरगे पर्यंत पावतलो अशें दिसता. आनी तातूंतल्यान अवेरनेस आनी मुखार वतलो त्या बद्दल तूं मत ना. आज म्हाका हांगा आपयलो त्या बद्दल पॉवर डिपार्टमेंट आनी तुमचे सगळ्यांचे मना पासून अभिनंदन करता. येता तें वर्स 2023 सगळ्या फाटलीं 2 वर्सां मरगळ जाली काय ना कोविडा लागून. प्रत्येक मनीस श्रीमंत आसूं किंवा गरिबांतलो गरीब आसूं घरा बशिल्लो आज ती परिस्थिती ना आनी ती येवची ना. येता ते 2023 जे कितें आमी लूज जाल्या ते आमी विसरुया आनी नव्या वर्सांत पदार्पण करता आसतना नवी शक्ती नवी बुद्धी नवे विचार घेवन मुखार या अशें नमूद करता. शुभेच्छा दिता आनी म्हजे 2 शब्द हांव अर्दे घेता. जय हिंद जय महाराष्ट्र.